What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make the best Buffalo Ranch shrimp dip. But first, let me just show you the ingredients and then we'll go from there. So before we get started, as you can see, the only frozen ingredient we have is the shrimp. So the first thing I like to do is take the shrimp out and just let it thaw while I'm getting through the first steps here. And then by the time when I'm ready to cook the shrimp, it'll be thawed out enough for me to cook it thoroughly. Okay, so step number one, we're gonna take our 4 boxes of cream cheese. We're gonna cut them up and split them evenly over the platter here. Now, while I cut this cream cheese, one of the tips that helps me, because it is going to be pretty sticky, is every now and then while I'm cutting, I like to run my knife through hot water here. I just like to leave it on, do this while I'm cutting, and that usually helps it with the smoothness there. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so when you're all done with the cream cheese, the next thing you're going to want to do is to preheat your oven to 450. After you preheat your oven, we're going to go ahead and pour our condiments in. So you're going to want to do 1.5 cups of ranch. 1.5 cups. Just fast forward to this. Alright, got our 1.5 cups of ranch. Now most bottles it's already going to be 1.5 cups, but you just going to want to make sure that. Then you're going to want to spread or pour the ranch on top of the cream cheese like this. Make sure you get all that. And after you get done with the ranch, you're going to take your Red Hot Frank's Wing Buffalo sauce. Same thing, 1.5 cups. Perfect. Might be a little over 1.5 cups, but that's fine. More flavor. And then same exact thing. Same exact thing. Just like that. So the next thing we're going to do is cheese. So you have your bag of Colby Jack cheese. You're going to want to use the whole bag. You're really just going to spread it evenly over the ranch and the hot sauce here along with the cream cheese. Just like this. Now, I like to use a lot of cheese, but you know, if you're not that big of a fan of cheese, you're more than welcome to use half the bag. But I'm going to use the whole bag. Now, next up here, so this is called a Mexican style cheese, but it also goes by 4-state cheese. Either one is fine, but I also like to use this cheese as well. And the same thing with the Colby Jack, you're just going to spread it over evenly with the other ingredients here. Just like that. Just spread it over evenly. Try not to get your hands like into the sauce because it'll not be good. So that's what it's supposed to look like up until now. Next step, we're just going to wrap our platter here with aluminum foil and then stake it in the oven. Alright, it should be pretty good. Well, it should be good. Perfect. Perfect. Now it's gonna vary just by each oven, just depending on what kind of oven you have. But I usually put it in for 30 minutes. That usually gets the job done. But honestly, you can just be checking every now and then after the 30-minute mark, and you're gonna want to make sure that it's boiling. When that means it's ready to be taken out and proceed. But yeah, let's stick it in. Pretty heavy too, so gotta watch out. Yeah, so this oven is already preheated, so we're just gonna stick it in there and wait 30 minutes. Alright, so now with the shrimp. So this is already a little thawed out, but I want it to be more thawed out, so I'm just gonna take it out of the package here. Oops. And put it in the microwave. There we go. It's a lot of shrimp. And honestly, the kind of shrimp, you're gonna want to make sure you get the shrimp that the tail is peeled off, which I don't think this is. Either way, it's still gonna taste good. But yeah, with the kind of shrimp, it's just really up to you. So right now, let's just put this in the microwave for 2 minutes. And if you already know how to cook shrimp, then you can just skip this part. But this is just my way of cooking it. All right, so the shrimp out the microwave. The next thing I like to do is I like to rinse it through some cold water. Man, it's like shrimps keep running away from me. But yeah, just like to rinse it through to clean it. Just like that. Just rinse it through. And then once it's sitting there in the sink, honestly, I don't know what this does, but they said it helps. So you're just gonna pat it off like that. God. Alright, you're just gonna pat it off like that with the paper towel. I don't know what this is supposed to do, but trust the process. Cool. Next up, seasoning. So put your shrimp in there. Oh, I guess we should already get the oven top ready as well. So put it on low to medium. Should be fine. Put some oil. Put that back. Alright, so seasoning wise, I use crushed red pepper, Old Bay seasoning, and ground black pepper. Honestly, you don't need the Old Bay. It's just a little extra stuff I like to put in there for flavor. But we're going to do one teaspoon of each. I don't know. Just like that. Extra Old Bay. There we go, just like that. So before we throw it on the oven top there, I'm just gonna mix it up. Honestly, you can use your hands here. Just mix it up like this. Make sure every single itty bitty shrimp has seasoning on it. Has that trifecta of that seasoning. So this is what that thawed out shrimp should look like before getting cooked. So right now we're just gonna throw it on here. Look at that. Look at that. See that? And the rest of this is easy. Just stir until it's fully cooked. Now the shrimps are gonna decrease in size because when things get warmer, they shrink. So it is gonna shrink, but honestly, this is all it is. And you can turn the heat up a little bit if you want, just for a faster result. But yeah, this is it for the shrimp. Just cook until it's hot and ready to eat. All right, so while the shrimp is finishing cooking, we're gonna take a look at the dip. It has been 30 minutes, so let's see if it's ready yet. So like I said, it has to be like bubbling a little bit, and zoom in there. Nope, not bubbling at all. So let's give it another 20 minutes and then check up on that time. All right, so the shrimp is all done. Now let's take a look at the dip and see how that's going. So it's been 40 minutes Now let's see if it's done cooking here. Oh yeah, you hear that? Hear the bubbles? Yeah, it's done. Yeah. Yeah, you can see the bubbles on the outside here. So yeah, pretty much done. Now, be very careful with taking it out because it's gonna be very, very, very hot and heavy as well. So if you have an hombre or if you're a strong woman, let's recommend it. All right. So let me use this towel. Put on top of this towel. All right, almost done here. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and put the shrimp just like this. It's a lot of shrimp. And I did a taste test earlier. Might have added a little bit too much spice, so if you don't like spicy things, then you can take it easy on the red peppers and everything else I put in there. But yeah, all right, so let's mix it up. On the spoon here, you're just mixing it in. You just mix it in, just like this. Bro, let me get this towel out of here. Oh no, now you just mix it in, just like this. This is what it should look like. Last thing you're gonna do, get your sharp cheddar cheese right here. And like I said earlier, if you don't like cheese, you might have to skip out on this or just maybe use a little. But I like to use a lot of cheese, so last thing you're gonna do here is just mix in the cheddar cheese like this. It's on top of the dip here. It's not that much cheese, small bag. But yeah, just like this. All right, let's get our aluminum foil back. Now you're just gonna, last but not least, you're gonna put it back into the oven. It's hot. You're gonna put it back into the oven. Let's say another 30 minutes, 20-30 minutes. Like I said, as long as it's bubbling and you hear like the bubbles popping, that means it's ready. But yeah, or actually, with this last step, the way the sign that I know that when it's ready is that if the cheese is golden brown on the top. So either way, we're gonna find out. Like I said, let's start with 20 minutes first. Oh, that's heavy. Let's go for 20 minutes. Check back in 20 minutes and then see how it's going there. All right, it's been 20 minutes. Let's see how it's doing. Ooh, it's hot. Very, very hot. Yeah, it looks finished to me. So let's go ahead and take it out and test it. Oh yeah, you can hear the bubbles. Taste test it. Oh, heavy, 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 heavy. All right. You want to move it around like this. But yeah, this is what your final product should look like. The Buffalo Ranch shrimp dip. Alright, now for the fun part, for the taste test part. So let's see if this is as good as I actually say it is, which of course it is because I've made it so many times already. So here we got a little piece of the dip with the shrimp. Look at that. Look at that. Mmm. Mmm. That's gonna give you some heartburn, but it is so good. Best dip ever. But you know what? This is kind of biased, so let's get a different opinion. Taste my dip. Taste my dip. Let me know how good it is. Hey, you. How is it? How is it? How is it?